Well, my next guest assumed his current role amid fanfare and a huge amount of applause from investors, but faces skepticism and some doubt from the financial media. Kaz Nejatian was the COO of Shopify for 6 years before leaving and becoming the CEO of Opendoor. And last week was their first earnings report under his leadership. Joining me now, the CEO of Opendoor, Kaz Nejatian. And Kaz, I got to tell you, the shares are soaring today. JP Morgan placed an $8 target on your stock. It's erupting. I got a feeling they may have to change the target before the day is over. So it seems to me they understand something that might have been lost last week when your shares initially took a hit on earnings. What are your thoughts?
You know, I think this is one of those things where the average American understands the importance of the job we do at Opendoor, which is to tilt the world towards homeowners and people working hard to become homeowners. And I think the market's just going to take a while to catch up to us, but I think the work we do is important for the country and the world, and we're happy to see when folks recognize it.
Yeah, well, you've got an army, a real army behind this stock. They truly believe in it. They were in love with the stock and the concept, and then when you arrived, it really felt amazing. And listen, you've made people feel confident. You posted last week, for instance, that the company will do its job to increase home ownership with, quote, extreme aggression. What does that mean?
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things where, like, I think a lot of corporate executives are kind of blasé about the mission of their company. So the company becomes blasé about its job, and they think they're there just to make money. To be clear, Opendoor is a for-profit company, and we're going to make money, but we're not there to make money. We exist for a reason. Children that grow up in households where the parents owned a home have better lives. Neighborhoods where people own their homes have lower crime. I think it's an incredibly important job to be incredibly aggressive about. And we think the mission is worthwhile, so we're going to go after it.
So, of course, you know, we do have this affordability crisis that really started in 2021. It's never abated. The White House is thinking about 50-year mortgages. What are your thoughts on toying around with mortgages?
I mean, look, I think that this White House and this government are doing things that are going to be deeply useful for home ownership. If you believe that America is better when people own their homes, then it's incredibly important to try lots of different things to try to get people into homes. And I think we have far too few homes. They're far too out of reach for the average person. And I think much of the credit rating world and the existing financial institutions are not serving us very well. So I'm just genuinely excited to see that the government's at least trying to help. I'm super bullish on the 50-year mortgage. I think combined with student debt, people being burdened with these student debt levels, it's become difficult for the average person to buy a home. And I think this is going to allow people to get their foot in the door.
Kaz, you know, every time I talk to these experts, they say that the Federal Reserve can't do anything. You know, they have no control over the long duration, 30-year bonds. But I've looked at charts over a long period of time, and typically where the Fed funds rate goes, that's where mortgages goes. Would you like to see the Federal Reserve a little bit more aggressive?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it has been true that the Federal Reserve has probably been a little too conservative. And this is causing real-world pain for folks, both in the job market and in home ownership. And I think one of the things that experts underappreciate is what happens when someone can get a good job and buy a home. The effects of that are hard to measure, but people feel it. Neighborhoods feel it. I think if we care about home ownership and the productivity of the American society, home ownership and a lower rate are the right way to go.
Now, you've alluded to this a few times in this interview, but I know that you're a huge proponent of marriage. This in a day and age where divorce is running rampant. In fact, you wrote a book about it in 2021. Get married, why saying I do might save your life. Is that one of the reasons you took this job? You had a hell of a job, a hell of a cushy job. You were going to make tens, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars at Shopify. Is that one of the reasons you took this job?
It genuinely, honestly is. There is nothing as good as marriage for the average American man. Like, if you just graduate high school, get some work experience, and get married and stay married, the odds are you'll be just fine. And I remember talking to my wife about this job, and she told me that she thought it was important that we spend our marriage doing things that are good for the world. And putting more people in homes is just good for the world.
Kaz, I got to tell you, you gave me goosebumps. You are the real deal. Now I see why people love you. And I'm going to be rooting for you in this company. I already was, but I'm going to root even more. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.